So the new Everdark Sovereign boss just dropped, and this is the Darkdrift Knight. They had made an announcement about this. I'm going to show you guys our attempt at it. This was our very first attempt. We managed to get it down. I played pretty badly in this run. I got killed quite a few times. There was a bit of lag that was causing my dodging to be a little bit weird, but you're going to see that Fex just absolutely carries in this boss fight. And if you're wondering what the relic you get from the boss is, we'll have that on the top right-hand corner of the screen here for a little bit so you can see what it is. It's okay. The defeated enemies fills the art gauge is 5% per enemy, which is really strong, and the extra stamina is 10 stamina, which is really, really strong, so that's really good for anyone. Those two are really good. The third bonus, the boosted attack of affinity damage, is basically weapon buffs like greases and things like that. It's 10% of that value. This is typically very low, so this third buff isn't that great, but the other buffs are pretty good. So onto the boss fight, you can see that he starts in phase 2 just like the other boss. He's going crazy with the blue shit everywhere, which is really annoying to dodge. It's really erratic. And I got lucky in my run that I got frozen armament. I had lightning on my bow by default, got it upgraded to purple, and I was able to get frozen armament, so I keep buffing my weapon with that, trying to put frostbite. Our other Iron Eye also has frost on his bow. Infex also has frost on her spells, so we're constantly putting frostbite on this guy, which is great. That increases the damage he takes, and also, if you can keep reapplying it, you can keep ripping off chunks of health, so that's really good. So just some general weaknesses of this guy. This guy's obviously weak to lightning. He has a minus 20% resistance to that. He's strong versus holy, 30% resistance to that, so try and prioritize lightning damage if you can. If you're playing a character like Iron Eye that's going to have a difficult time getting a lightning weapon, usually you can, or a bow with lightning on it, you can just start with a relic. That's what I did in this case, and upgrade it. Other classes might want to do that or use lightning slash on their weapon to do this. All the other damage types he has no negative or positive resistance to, so they're fine. In terms of interrupting the attack, obviously I think lightning still does it, but I'm not sure. But from what I've seen so far, even without interrupting it, it's doable. So I wouldn't kill yourself in order to get lightning if it's like a bad weapon or it has a terrible weapon skill or just you don't know how to use it. In terms of status effects, he actually is weak to just about everything except madness, which he's immune to. He's weak to poison, he's weak to scarlet rot, bleed, frostbite, and sleep. He has the lowest resistances, or is tied to the lowest resistances on those with a lot of bosses. So status effects are very, very effective on him in this game. You'll see in our fight we use them quite a bit, so make sure you use them, and remember that each time you apply a status effect, it gets harder and harder to apply. So if you're running a bleed build, note that probably after the third or fourth bleed block proc, you're going to have a really hard time triggering bleed after that. So make sure you mix up your status effects and get some of each if you're going to try status effects. One thing I will say is that I was not able to interrupt his move where you normally interrupt it with lightning with just my bow, regular attacks. I wasn't able to interrupt that regularly. I don't think I even interrupted it once. One of the times I was down when he was doing it, so I don't count that time. But the other times, I wasn't able to do it with that. So I either need to have more lightning damage than we were doing, or maybe you need to use your ultimate or something to interrupt that. He doesn't seem to do it as frequently, which is good. But then when he gets to phase 3, things get a little bit crazy. So once we get to phase 3, he'll jump into the air. It looks like he's buffing his weapon. He glows yellow, and then he'll do an attack where basically Holy Rain is following you around. Each character has this for a little bit. It's not too bad damage-wise. You're able to dodge it and go back to attacking him afterward. But you'll see a point where he rears up. He looks like he's going to shoot me with a bow, almost like he's drawing a bow, and then a projectile instantly hits Fex off screen and one-shots her. And this is absolutely crazy because it looked like he was aggroed onto me. We had no idea that was going to happen. And this is one of the more problematic attacks in this fight because sometimes you just don't know what it's going to do. He also does slices that cause a projectile that's vertical, in a straight line to go out from the weapon. So even if he doesn't hit you with the weapon itself, if you're in the lines of that projectile, you'll get hit, which hits me pretty badly. He can also do like a spinning twirl attack that looks like a twin-bladed lightsaber where he spins twice and then jumps and plunges it into the ground, so you have to be careful and dodge through those or away from those so that you don't get hit as well. And he has an insane combo that he tries to do against Vex later, and she's just scooting away as fast as you can. It's like 8 hits, 9 hits, something like that. It's just over and over and over. And then you can see not long after that, he rides up into the air and then does this like charged attack that's like very long, like it's a couple seconds long, and it looks like he's going to fire a projectile, and I keep thinking he's going to fire a projectile at me, but the AoE actually comes from under me a second after the flash. Kind of reminds me of like the Nameless King's lightning attack, where you see the lightning for a second, but then the actual hit is a second later, so try and dodge a little bit after if you can. I think that's what's happening here. And unfortunately, after I get rezzed here, the boss is right next to me, and he does a very obvious attack, which I'm trying to dodge, but for some reason the input just doesn't register, and I get clipped, go down again. And Vex is able to res me while the other guy has aggro. Luckily, she's able to get me before he goes down, and then I'm able to run away from that attack that he does again, and I'm able to pick him up. And then we continue our onslaught. One of the things I really love about this fight is Iron Eye's ability to just slide through some attacks and get out of range really, really quickly. So that comes in handy sometimes in this fight. And then we just fire off our ultimates there at the end and finish them off. This was our first attempt at this. I thought we did pretty good. Well, everyone but me did pretty good. Vex went down once, the other guy went down once, I went down like 3 times. But it's a pretty tough fight. I think range is definitely the key to this fight. This would be a very tough fight to melee. And I'm still not exactly sure like what amount of lightning you need or how to interrupt some of these attacks. So if you have information on that, you can leave it in the comments. And again, at the top right, I'll show the relic again if you want to see what you get from getting it. There's nothing else to my knowledge. I looked through the vendors. There's no new skins. There's no other random relics or, like class-specific relics or anything like that. It's just the one you get from this guy.